Good morning students, myself Dr. Shirisha, Associate Professor from CSE Department, MLR Institute of Technology. So in this session, I just wanted to give a just on reading the data from the web pages. So using PHP. So in PHP, how to design the web page and the controls. When you wanted to do a registration form, you have to give the input and that input has to be sent to the other end server. So that is nothing but reading data from web form controls. So in this session, we are going to discuss about how to read the data from HTML forms. So what is this HTML form we have discussed in the first unit? So you have username and this one and password, okay, and one submit button. So this one we are calling it as what? Form. So example with example programs and get versus post methods. What are the uses of this get and post methods also I will tell you. This is about the overview. How to read the data from HTML forms. So writing a PHP code required the HTML input here. So HTML form is sent to the server. So here we are writing a HTML program which starts with HTML body and body HTML. Then form action welcome.php. So here we have a form tag which is used to create the form in this way. So when a form is created, we are giving action. So what type of action? Welcome.php. What is action here? Whenever the submit button is clicked, so to which page it has to navigate, where it has to go, that is the action we are giving. Method is post. Post will send your data, whatever the username and password that you are giving here, so that will be sent to welcome.php using this method post. So post will send the form data. So how you will get this name and email is using input tag, and a type is the attribute for the input. Name and email are these two things. Okay, name, whatever the text you are giving here inside the form tag, that you are going to get displayed. So after name, you just want this input text, so input type equals to text we are giving. Then name is name. So this is the name of this field name. So that is this is the unique name or unique value that you are assigning to name attribute for the text that you are entering for this name. Similarly, email. Email is the name, unique name that you are giving for the type email for this input, which is email. That is for the second one. So to recognize this box, we are using name, and to recognize this box, we are using what? Email. So what is this name and email which you have given here? Clear? So this is about the form, and input type equal to submit. This is of input type submit we have given. That is why you are getting this as a button rather than getting an empty text box. So where you will clear the form and body and close your HTML tag. Then, so when user fills the form, whatever the data that has to be given, if the form is given, he clicks the submit button. So when submit button is clicked, the form data is sent for processing to a PHP name file welcome.php. So the form data is sent with HTTP post. So here you have HTTP post means what? Whatever the client is sending, so it will be sent to the server. So from client, the data has to be sent to the server. So this can be done using what? HTTP post method. So what is the PHP code that you have to write for the form control? Here we are writing the starting and ending tag, then echo $_post. What does this $_post will do? It will retrieve the data from the input. So here you have the input. So from this data is retrieved and it will be printed here. Okay, similarly email. Then moving further, we have get versus post. Both get and post create an array. So what is an array? Array in the terms of key value pair. Okay. So this array holds the key value pair where keys are the names of the form control and values are input data from the user. So you have username and this one. So whatever the text you are giving here, okay, XYZ. So this is the name of the input box. So this is the username. So this username, whatever the name you give for this, that will be acting as a key. Whatever the value you are giving, in this case XYZ, This we are giving as what? The output. Okay, it is going as a value. So both get and post are treated as $_get and $_post. These are super globals, which means that they are always accessible. So when you give global keyword, what happens? If even though it is given inside the function, you can access it outside the function. So in that way, super global get and post will act as a super global, which means that they are always accessible inside a function or outside the function, regardless of the scope. So you can access them from any function, class or a file without having to do anything special, because sometimes when you wanted to make it local, so you will define the variables inside the function, but to access that local function outside, we give a global keyword. So that is what we will do here specially. So that is not required here. So what is get? Information sent from a form with this get method is visible to everyone. Whenever you are sending the data, so whatever the method you have given here, say method equals to post or method equals to get also can be given. So when get is given, whenever you are executing, the data will be visible to the user in the browser. Okay, so how I'll show you. So get means it is visible to everyone. Whenever you are sending the form, so you will be getting in the browser like something like your localhost :/ and whatever the program you are executing, p1.php /get/ your username, say xyz /something. So what is happening here? If you are using this get, it is visible to everyone. The data is visible here in the browser, so that they can easily understand what is the input that you are giving. So all variable values and names are displayed in the URL. So get also has limits on the amount of information to send. So what is that you can send using the get method is, it is restricted up to 1024 characters only. That means what? Whatever the data you were sending, whether it is username or password, the page what or the form which you are sending, so it can be sent up to 1024 characters only. So never use a get method if you have password or other sensitive information. It should be sent to the server. Get can't be used to send the binary data. So get cannot be used to send the binary data. So like images or Word documents, here we are sending only the text to the server. And the variables are displayed in the URL. So variables are also displayed in the URL. As I told you, it is displayed in the URL. It is possible to bookmark the page, and this can be useful in some cases because you will have the values in the browser, right? Post method. So coming to post method, it will give you the invisible data. Means whenever you are transmitting the information via HTTP headers, the information is encoded, and in case of get method, and put it into the header called query string. Okay, post method does not have any restriction on the data size to be sent. So here get method is having how many characters? 1024 characters only can be sent using get method. But using this post method, you can send any length of values. So post method can be used to send ASCII as well as the binary data. You can send the ASCII values as well as you can send the binary data, but which is not possible in the case of get method. Using get method, we cannot send images or we cannot send ASCII values or binary data. That is one more useful use of your post method. Data sent by post method goes through the HTTP header so securely and depends on the HTTP protocol, because HTTP protocol provides security. So that is the reason when you execute, you will get https://. This yes stands for what? Security. It is providing security. So post method is sent or is used by using this HTTP protocol, therefore it provides the security. By using secure HTTP, you can make sure that the information is secured, but this is not possible in the case of get method. PHP provides $_post associative array to access all the sent information using this post method. So associative arrays means what? We have discussed in the last session. It will be sent across array in key value form. Whatever the key you are giving, so that value can be extracted. This is a key value. Okay. So key value. Okay, so this can be passed to an array. So what is this? This is the input that you are giving to the array. Okay, so in this session we are going to discuss, we have discussed about this get versus post. So just let me execute and show you this. So for the execution of this program, we have to see the server whether it is started or not. So see that the server has been started. So just start your XAMPP server we will use. So XAMPP, just start both the Apache and MySQL here, restore, then go to your C drive where you will have XAMPP, then in this you will have what? htdocs. htdocs is the file where all the files are being stored. So inside this we have created our own folder. Now take a notepad. Then you can just take this, or we already have P4. Let me just remove this. So whatever the content you wanted to execute, put it here. And this is just a text file, HTML program only we are saving. So how to save this HTML program? Just to save as. I am just storing it in my folder. I am giving the name form.html because we have not yet started PHP coding, just a form HTML we have given. So just save it. Clear? Now what we have done with this? We have just executing the form. Now when the submit button is clicked, where the form should go? It should go to welcome.php. What is this welcome.php? Now create one more file with here only welcome.php. Okay, and save this. So this is the PHP code what you have to execute. So in PHP what you have to give? Just echo the file names. So when you wanted to echo here, since we have used the post method, you have to extract two things here that you have created in the form. What is the form that you have created? One is the name, the other one is what? Email. So both you have to extract in our PHP. So to extract that, we are using $_post. If you are using get method, then we have to use $_get. So $_post, and here inside the square brackets you have to give the name. So what is this? This is the name that you have given. Whatever the name you are giving here will be passed to your $_post. And what is the second value that we have given? Email. So this email is given here. So what this post is doing? It is getting the information from this form which the user has been inputted, and it is extracting to this file. Okay, just save this. Now let me execute this program. So localhost, okay, slash p4.html. Is it HTML? Sorry, form.html, right? Not p4. Form.html. So what you are getting? You are getting name and email. So what you have to do? You have to give the input. Say I am giving my name and say I am giving my password. Sorry, email. Okay. Just submit. So both are getting extracted. If you see here, what is this output? If you see in the URL, we have localhost with welcome.php. Now previously what is there? It was form.html. But when the submit button is clicked, it is redirecting to welcome.php. Now where we are giving this welcome.php? In our action tag. Sorry, action attribute. So this is the attribute you are giving for form tag. So with this welcome.php gives you the output. So that welcome.php program should be written separately with .php extension to extract both name and email which the user has been inputted. So this is the two values we have accessed. So this is how you have to do. Similarly, you can use $_get, $_request also for extracting the files. Hope you all understood the session. So in this session, we have discussed about two things. One is how to read the data and the other is what are the different methods that you are using to extract them. So read the data from the forms using get method and post method, get and post method. So if you wanted to use a get method, then what you have to do? Just rename this with the get and rename this also with get, $_get, then save this. In form also you can just give here get. Okay. Now just refresh your page. Okay. And you can give the input. Then also it is working. So both get and post also will work for extracting the data. Hope you all understood. Thank you all.